This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Parrott, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
This is Comics Illustrator Ron Friends, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all. This is a world of capes and lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
Well, seems like it's been 100 years since we've done a regular episode, but welcome back to the Capes and Lunatics, episode 191. I am.
What are you doing for 200, Phil?
What? 200. Bring me Bendis.
Bendis, you got it.
Yes. Really?
Let's do it.
Anyway, I am Phil, hunting down the Bendis, and with me as always, the stash from New Jersey in his fresh new shirt. It is
Charlie, the Professor.
And all smiles and sunshine down in Florida. It is.
You mean Guns in Disney World? Lil Hellfire.
And coming to us from the Kent Farm in Ohio, it is.
It's Tyler, everybody.
Hey, Tyler!
Hey, love. Hey, Charlie.
I didn't recognize you in those glasses.
Yeah, Jania got me these. They're we bought blue light glasses for the kids, and everything.
Set a good example.
I should go in and get mine. I got some for trying to read more comics on a tablet.
Yeah, like with all this, just experience with Solomon doing homeschool. I was on his laptop, with this and everything. I was like, it wouldn't be bad for me to get a pair. So she picked up a pair, and here they are. I think they look cool. So whatever. It's all good.
I didn't know if I wanted to be on camera, but see, I should put my glasses on.
Mm-hmm. So you gotta protect my eyes. I'm getting old. So as Tania likes to remind me constantly, I gotta take care of myself.
That's what happens when you have the young wife. Trust me, I know.
I know. Yeah, it's
I can't
tough.
relate. My wife's older than me.
Oh yeah, you like those older women.
Lilith is the young one.
Good old Marn
Hail
Bud.
Saint. Hail Saint. I really, really like Hooters.
Match made in hell, Spawn.
Nice. All right.
It's been awful. There's nothing to talk about.
I know. I was looking. There was like hardly anything on the. But I did next week WandaVision, so
that'll be exciting. I'm excited. I haven't got to watch Didn't Legends drop on Disney Plus today?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but I think they're pretty quick. I think they said they're not that long.
I'm just so we're this weekend Solomon's birthday, so everything's all wrapped up in cleaning the house and getting ready for birthday parties and stuff. So I have not sat down and done anything with my life other than that.
Like a good parent.
Yeah, that's what I do. So
It's the beginning of the year. I think it's not going to really pick up till February, really.
Lilith just takes pictures of her dogs giving her the stink eye.
Yeah,
You see my Instagram? The husky smiles.
You smile. Huskies always smile.
Yeah, no
They're a
kidding.
very happy breed.
They are.
it's true. I've owned a few huskies.
Oh, but no. So anyway, WandaVision next week we'll do a Capes and Lunatics. We'll do a Vision and Scarlet.
Crossover with no sex / full stream ahead.
No, we're just gonna do a Vision and Scarlet Witch centric episode.
What? This isn't a crossover.
Why would you
Jack
like to
would
do
be
multiple
disappointed.
Vision and Scarlet Witch episodes of Hellfire? I'm going to, and then someone demanded we stay on our plan for 0 hours. So anyway, but anyway, yes. So next week we'll talk some Vision and Vision and Scarlet Witch in honor of WandaVision. But they said, did you see WandaVision is going to be like the most kid friendly rated so far? It's only going to be TV PG.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's cool.
It's a sitcom.
Well, they said everything else is going to be like TV 14, but yeah, this is going to be TV PG.
Have you seen kids'
Disney's
cartoons
idea
this
of
day?
PG though, because their idea of
Yeah.
TV 14 is different too. So
I don't know.
Exactly. I mean, you ever watch The Owl House? It's messed up, man.
It is messed up. And, even Amphibia, man, that gets dark. And of course, Gravity Falls even before it. It's
Wasn't that
PG
XD
is not
technically though? Disney XD was a little more.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
it had the X, man, the X.
Yeah.
I'm
just saying it's if I don't know if anyone here watched The Mayor this week, but they referenced the fact about how pot is so much stronger nowadays, and likewise, kids' cartoons are way stronger than when all we had to worry about was cross-dressing rabbits.
Get high on them cartoons, kids.
Yeah, but no, I mean, they deal with adult topics and death and loss and sorrow, and it's almost like anime.
No, not quite, but
No,
there's no tentacles.
not even
Right,
close.
well,
that's only a certain subset of anime.
Maybe Speed Racer. I don't know. Maybe that.
I don't think those are tentacles.
It's like it's like Battle of the Planets.
But yeah, I saw people complaining because like Tyler said, that Marvel Legends thing. I guess they're doing that whenever a show comes out because I guess they're doing like Scarlet Witch and then they're doing a Vision episode. But all they're doing is like cutting up different scenes from the movies, I guess, and just showing stuff from the movies.
So it's just basically the background on the characters. And
it just the MCU, yeah.
So it's a Capes and Lunatics episode. Okay, gotcha.
So it's basically Marvel Saga for the MCU.
Yeah, there's no comic book stuff. Yeah, they just
but they're basically trying to build out their characters. And build out their
like people are saying, it's a refresher. I mean, there's been 23 movies. Not that they but
it could also just be nice for like people to like, what is this? To just a quick
or like someone. New people.
Somebody like me that's only seen like 4 movies.
Yeah, and it's like if you don't want to watch all 23 movies, it's like, hey, here's what you need to know before you watch WandaVision.
It catches you up. It also could give you some information just into the characters a little bit more. Like, I mean, like DC did this twice on DC Universe. They did that little Aquaman short little documentary, and they did one for Shazam right around when the movies came out. And that was cool for people who didn't know the characters, but I don't, with Disney, I think doing something like this is cool to just kind of get people interested in the characters more. Like I said, I haven't watched Legends at all yet. It'd be cool if it's just more than just the snippets from the MCU, like a little bit of history.
I think they said that's all it is, but they said I'm going to look this up, but they're pretty short episodes. I think they said. I don't think they're even a half hour, maybe.
Short attention spans, man.
Exactly.
The kids today.
The adults today.
Yeah,
I see kids on Twitch streams for like 4 or 5 hours a day in person. So it's not the kids, it's the adults. I'm just telling you.
Yeah. No, who has time?
Yeah, you and Mark. You and Mark.
That's why
Twitch, not TikTok.
That's why Quibi's so big, right? Short little videos on your phone.
How could you fail at short form content during a pandemic? Like it deserves its whole own episode. Don't even get me started.
Yeah.
Well, did you see? Did you see that Roku?
So
Did you see that Roku like bought it or whatever? Is all their content's gonna be on the Roku? On the Roku channel?
It was good, but it was literally one episode sliced up 50 times. So Dummy was amazing, by the way. If you guys ever get a chance to see it, Dummy is amazing.
Wow.
Dummy.
Yeah.
Well, since I have a Roku.
It's from Dan Harmon's girlfriend. That's how she builds herself. Don't at me. And it's about their sex doll. It's like based on kind of a little true story of her being jealous of his sex doll. So just Google it and see. It was quite funny.
But yeah, these Legends episodes are really for the TikTok crowd. The Wanda episode is 7 minutes, and the Vision episode is 6 minutes.
Wow.
That's more of an Instagram live. TikTok's like a minute. Like
I know, but I'm just saying it's for that.
They're letting you know who these people are. Their trials and travails.
For Wanda, to be fair, there's not talking MCU strictly, there's not a lot to know about her. So
no, and we're gonna get that. That I think is the whole point. Is we're going to see where Wanda came from.
Is this where we're gonna get the X-Men? Is this where we're gonna get the X-Men? Are they gonna make her father be Magneto canon again for the sixth?
No,
this canon in the books again. So why would they?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, they always flip flop every couple of years.
Maybe we're gonna introduce the High Evolutionary.
Let it go. Its time is gone. And
Yeah.
this is as a true House of M fan. I'm over it. Don't play.
I don't
around
know.
anymore.
Supposedly there's things in the series.
Supposedly.
Okay. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. I know everyone wants something. You know, this is what I always say. Everyone wants something big, and I don't think they're gonna make. Oh, and here's there's where the mutants came from. If
All
there
I know
are
is
mutants,
for the foreseeable future, TV is bigger than movies. So expect more things to be happening on that TV show than there will in the movies.
oh
So
yeah, no.
you can
Well,
sit at
that
home. You don't have to wait on a box office. You don't have to
yeah.
deal with all that.
Oh yeah, I forget what studio they're saying. Oh yeah, they're really looking into streaming over box office. Yeah,
It's Disney. Disney was the
Disney's
they were the
been
ones
into
that said
before the
I thought it was
pandemic.
somebody else. Yeah,
they just said they're going to produce content however they want, and then they'll decide if they put it in theater or on their platform.
They like rearrange the contracts and stuff for it.
well, even the
Unlike Warner Brothers, where we're doing it. Oh well, kick rocks.
well, even before the pandemic, I know they were saying that the TV shows and the movies were going to be kind of intertwined anyway. So,
Well, yeah, because now it's all under one roof. The TVs than the movies now, though. Well, yeah, because you can tell more stories on TV. Yeah. I mean, that's the real thing of it, is that you can do a fun little.
Say you're welcome a lot easier as well too, though.
Well, or you can not. I mean, what happens is, so they can invest in a Howard the Duck series, and they can flesh out a whole universe for Howard the Duck fans on TV, and no one's going to say, oh, it's not cinematic enough because it's on TV. It's going to be Howard the Duck doing his wackiness, and it's going to be fun. But then, because it's there and it's a part of that universe, when Howard the Duck shows up in, as he already has in Infinity War, Endgame, why they brought in Howard the Duck was a weird choice they made in Endgame.
Two words. James Gunn. Because he put him in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Don't judge my kinks.
No.
Likes duck nipples.
He put him in Guardians of the Galaxy, in the post-credit scene.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. I'm
going to do what I want to do.
I thought you were going to do sexually adventurous.
Yeah. No, I don't mind Howard the Duck coming in. I just, of all the people to bring in to the Endgame battle scene, you're going to do a little Easter egg of Howard the Duck. I guess maybe the idea is that he didn't even realize where he was going when, all the Guardians showed up, that he just sort of got pulled into it. It's like, wait, what are we doing? And that's how he got to Earth in a world he never made. Fell through the portal from Doctor Strange, that joik. And that's the story of Howard the Duck.
Thanks, Charlie. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
That's when I go to sleep. That's my night story.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just really not interested, to be honest. Just not.
What, in any of the Disney series or?
Yeah. Nothing's really like catching my fancy. So.
Well, I thought you said what about Hawkeye eventually?
I'm gonna check out the first episode of Hawkeye, but I'm not.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
I'll wait for it to be done and then binge watch it. Like, there's nothing that I'm like, I have to see.
I'll say Moon Knight excites me just because I feel like it's more of that original property starting. Everything else is kind of like a fallout from the movies. Like, oh, we don't want to give them a movie, but we'll give them a show. People want more Loki, we'll give them a Loki show. We'll continue this story over here on this show. Like, Hawkeye, we never, we'll give him a show.
Robbed in the MCU. Hulk was robbed for reasons. Hulk was robbed in the MCU.
So
we'll give him She-Hulk. That whole thing.
No, but that's the thing. But that goes to that idea that they can do more in TV. And they can get all these actors in. They have them under contracts. They can build out their stable of people to have. And then if something does take off, it's like, guess what? Now you get to be an Avenger. Because you got popular. We don't have to invest all of our money in a movie to see if you get big. We can invest in a TV show build up your fan base.
Like you give them like in comics, you give them a mini series, and if it sells well enough,
exactly, and then suddenly people like it, and you're showing up in the splash page at the end of Juggernaut. So it happens, and that's the idea. They're actually trying to get into a comic book model. You could argue that they want to build out a world where they can say, you know what, we've got 8 billion characters. Most of them are kind of weird, but there's someone out there who loves them, and we find that person who loves them and tell a good story about them. People might want to watch this character, and we might actually be able to do something with this character.
And I know they'll do closer to the series, but instead of like 50 X books, which we're getting another one, you know what? How about another Loki series? How about another Hawkeye series? How about it? Come on,
we don't need a Loki series. Let's be serious. This is for Tom Hiddleston fans, and let them stay over there with their garbage.
The last one wasn't bad. I mean, there's an issue where he was like humiliating Tony Stark. It was good. Come on.
No, Loki in the comics is great. I think. Are you talking about the Loki TV series, Lilith, or Loki?
Yes, the TV show. I said let the Tom
Hiddleston
fans stay over there with their garbage. Keep that as far away from the rest of the MCU as possible.
And
but that's the thing. It's like they know, what? As much as everyone loves Loki, if we make a Loki film, it's gonna be a solo a Star Wars story. It's gonna get some diehard people into it. Something's gonna make them mad.
You could have said it could have been a Rogue One story because that's the superior Star
Wars.
Well,
but my point is that when you build something just off of the popularity of a character, so like Rogue One is its own independent story. That they basically took a line from the.
And it was better than most of the new Star Wars.
I know, it's great. But the thing is that was invested in as a story. Whereas if you're going to make a Loki, so let's say instead of doing the Loki series, they did a Loki movie. That's a big investment in one character that was never meant to carry the film, was always meant to be supportive. And so now you can take these. Now you can.
I think a better comparison, Charlie, is Jack Sparrow. Like, he was always supposed to be the side character that was there that you enjoyed, but then when you got too much of the character, you start to realize he can't only do a movie by himself.
Yeah, that's kind of my point. I don't think he's going to carry the series either, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, but 6-1, but
in pandering turns out. That's all that I'm saying.
In the same way, it's that idea once you build out, if you build out a film around a character that's popular but lacks depth, it can fall apart. Now, Loki arguably has depth. Tom Hiddleston is a great actor. Maybe you could have pulled off a Loki film, but if you don't have to, or as you can with a Loki series, instead of jamming a 2-hour or 150-minute film like, some people will do, you could then just break that out into a bunch of smaller stories to give everyone their arcs and their characters. Maybe that is a better way to do it. Sort of like, not to get into a Snydery thing here, but, whenever they eventually finish the Snyder Cut, it's going to be it's going to be eight hour-long movies or whatever it's going to be. And you're probably going to get a lot more character and depth and story that gets played out in there.
Sir, you're talking about Zack Snyder. No.
Okay, I'm saying there's a potential there.
No, that's a bad analogy.
Okay, but the idea is,
I'm just saying.
I know.
No.
I don't know. I've never seen but this is the thing.
Disney analogies. Stick to your Marvel analogies.
What I'm going to say, and here's what I'll say.
Simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
All I'm saying is,
common denominator, please.
You can tell a better story in that genre.
If this week is thing, go for the lowest common denominator. Yes.
Well, and but for what it's worth, I think that's what Netflix taught. I think that's what Netflix taught Marvel, that they can tell really good stories in this episodic format. That for characters that they weren't sure they could make a movie out of, but if they make it into a series, they can go into much better depth and build much better characters. And so you get your Jessica Joneses and you get your Luke Cages and you get your Daredevils, obviously. And I think that's what they want to build towards, because I think they feel that's a better model, especially for the kind of characters that they have.
So you're saying stick with the brands that people are familiar with, or the devil you know?
No, what I'm actually saying,
absolutely shameless, Philip. Get out.
What I'm actually saying is you don't stick with the characters you know. You stick with smaller characters and smaller stories that you can tell deeper stories.
Then why are we doing Eternals?
Because that's one of the movies.
For the Asian crowd, they're trying to finally get some sweet, sweet Chinese money, baby.
But don't call it magic.
Well, they don't, because it's space beings, you know.
Space rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But China, I have news for you guys. Everybody that's trying to pander to China, China's over there making their own Hollywood. Their movies, they're more focused on their culture and their movies. They're not going to be offended by it. Well, they won't be offended by the things that they're made in their own country and they have more control over with more understanding. So I don't,
Yeah. Well, it's like anything, it's threading a needle, you know. We watch films made in Europe in this country, so, you know. And people watch other people's films. I don't think that the U.S., first off, even as people will point out, the U.S. film industry isn't even a U.S. film industry. You know, our actors are Australian, our films are shot in New Zealand.
Canada.
All we do is we give money at artists and say, go make a thing. And then they make the thing. And then we go, yay, thing. We like thing.
Blind Jan.
You know. At least that's my opinion. What's yours?
Exterminate.
Yes, the Daleks. The Daleks are back, people.
Man.
Ugh.
Who saw?
Ugh. Yikes! I'm not
Revolution of the
10-foot pole. I'm just gonna move.
Oh, we're not gonna talk the Daleks.
The
Daleks are back for New Year's Day, man.
I'm gonna talk about it.
I don't watch Doctor Who, so that's
okay.
It's too controversial. I'm not in the mood.
I don't even know what's controversial about it. I thought it was great, you know.
That's controversial.
what that they say he liked it.
That you liked it. That's controversial.
I think first off, Noth's character, and I get, Wait, is it Noth? That's his character on Law and Order, right? No, his character on Law and Order is Nogan. No, his actual name is Noth. That, and you can imagine him to be like some businessman, but he's not. And I think he fit nicely in this story. I don't think anything about that episode was particularly wrong. There's always some businessman that wants to make a deal with the aliens. That's literally the plot of Superman 2. All I want is Australia. And that is...
Look at him pandering to that box above him.
I'm just saying. It was cool, and I always love the Daleks because they're so
they've come a long way.
Crazy. Well, yes, they can.
The Daleks, they've come a long way.
Well, they always have, but I like the fact that the Daleks are in this constant state, as is mentioned there. For a genetically engineered species, they really don't like mutations, and that is actually going all the way back to what was it? The Doctor Who movie with Peter Cushing.
Bro, I'm a hooligan. I only do New Who. That's Doctor 9 through now.
You who?
Okay, yeah, I know. That's okay. We accept you, regardless.
Well, in 8, because he tried it and it didn't work out. But
yeah, but even in that first Doctor, even in that first what was it, Invasion 1999 or something like that, where Doctor Who goes to the far-flung future and the Earth has been conquered by the Daleks, but then they realize the Daleks are fighting each other because this Dalek has a spinal column. This Dalek is evolving, and so the other
It's like Star Trek
Daleks-
before it. It's fine.
Exactly, and they keep on revisiting that because it's a good story. Exactly, and it's that
Poor
problem. Like, what
Discovery,
if,
by the way. Can we
if
try a
you-
little liquor
if-
for Discovery?
Why?
oh, what's going on with Discovery?
It might be
I heard it was
Are you
renewed.
having a bad day?
Well, this week was the season 3 finale. I heard it got renewed for 4 though.
Yeah, that's probably it because they
Oh,
have plans
season
for
4?
other ones, and that's just taking too much money.
Well, yeah, I
And
mean,
CBS All Access is like they're spreading their.
oh yeah, because they
real
got
thing.
they got at least 2 more series. You know, that
Yeah.
Strange New Worlds with
So that's what I'm saying.
Ike
Like 4
and
might be it. So
Section
don't,
31. Yeah.
yeah.
And don't forget, Lower Decks. Lower Decks is coming back, man.
I'm currently doing my Deep Space Nine binge, so I'm happy.
Oh, wait. So you've been watching Discovery, Lil? You caught up?
No.
Oh, okay. No.
I tried to watch Discovery. I watched
I
both
can't
of
get
season
into
1,
it.
and I
I'm
just
glad we gave that there.
This
it
last,
didn't.
this
It
last
didn't.
was pretty good. I mean, they sent them 900 years into the future.
See, I like that as a
The
concept.
last desperate ploy of a show.
When was it?
You know,
Which,
it
what part
gets
was
you.
good?
I mean, they're past everything, so it's like
Yeah,
you're not,
exactly.
you're not
It's-
stepping on history or nothing.
Exactly
You know-
my point. When you can't keep up, go forward.
That's
well,
I
That's
mean that was
lazy, but that's just me.
my
I
thing.
love
Was,
more of Star Trek, so
I get tired of everything going backwards.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is like when they did Enterprise, it's like this is the beginning of exploration before Kirk and them. I'm like, okay.
Well, no, it was a good premise. It was baculous. Not he wasn't feeling it. Nobody was really feeling it.
You see,
They filled out their contract. So
I just like we're like what's going on,
you know why.
Take it forward.
I don't know. I'm not really feeling Picard either. I think I'm just a contrarian to everything, but like it's like no matter what they do, Star Trek is past its prime. There I said it. Don't at me.
I mean, love it or hate it, it is very different than when we were watching it in the 90s or even previously to that.
And that could just be nostalgia glasses, but nobody
No,
can replace
no,
my
I mean-
Picard.
Like the series, I mean, not so much Deep Space Nine, but the other ones were very episodic. These ones, it's like an over,
Star Trek is American Doctor Who. And it works best when it's not trying to be a movie. When it's
Yes,
not,
I can agree to that, sir.
it does its best work when it's, some rubber aliens and some bombs about to explode. And here's the moral lesson of the day.
I think that's the weakness.
Doesn't matter if you're black on the left and white on the right, or black on the right and white on the left. We're all the same underneath.
That's the weakness of all the new ones. It's like because they are overarching arcs. It's like remember old Trek. You could pick any episode. Like you go back now and you watch like TNG or Voyager or anything. It's just like you could pick any episode pretty much.
Yeah, and I think that's when they tried to go too big in the new films. And they really wanted to be a cinematic spectacular. And, and the thing is, when you look at the actual Trek movies, none of them really were that.
Hello, computer.
Yes, it was always, okay, there's a big alien and we need to solve a problem.
Why does God need a
Save
starship?
those whales.
Save the whales. Why does God need a starship?
Yep.
Khan!
The real con.
Yes, the real Khan. The Montalban.
Look at you, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Whoa!
Nothing against Benedict Cumberbatch, but he just, I don't know.
No, it's something against Benedict Cumberbatch.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just saying he doesn't look like an Ubermensch. If you look at,
what he looks like to me? If you're a Recess fan, he looks like Randall. If Randall dyed his hair. And that's probably what just gets under my skin. Is that it just reminds me of Randall from Recess.
There's a live action movie we need, but whatever.
Yes. Well, actually, we had a live action TV show. It was called Community. Community is literally Recess grown up. It blew my mind when I was on YouTube and saw that theory. And I go, oh my God, no, yes.
I'm gonna go watch it now with that mindset.
Tracks.
See, I don't know. I mean, although I guess there's an argument there that might say why I never really got into Community, because I think I like the idea of children being children. I don't like the idea of adults being children. That's all kind of freak. I don't even know what that means. No, I'm nothing against
It
Community.
took me a while to do it, to binge the whole show, but it's good actually. And then when I looked at it in that context, and this is just all the recess kids growing up, it made it a lot better.
I mean, I can work with it. I just
love the genre flip of every episode. Like when they really get into their groove, they just do some really interesting television.
Yeah, and really, honestly, I should like Community. It's got Chevy Chase in it.
Well, that you like it despite the fact that it has Chevy.
Well, he's problematic anymore, from what I hear.
You like it despite of all that.
Yeah, no, that's just a joke about Chevy Chase. Although I personally never had that much animosity towards Chevy Chase. Although, like I say, I mostly know celebrities from stories that other celebrities tell about them, and they're almost never like, this celebrity's a really great guy. They always want to tell you about what a jerk another celebrity they know is. Celebrities are very mean-spirited. They're like gossipy little girls.
I mean, that's Hollywood. That's it. You nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there you go.
Do we have anything to look forward to besides WandaVision? If you're a DC fan or anything else kind of thing?
I mean, isn't the Snyder Cut coming in a few months?
It's supposed to be in March, supposedly.
I don't think that's happening in March, homie.
Yeah, we'll see.
Already told me. Don't get
But if it does, it's going to go up against Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I believe is coming in March also. So
Falcon and Winter Soldier is in March, but we have the return or the new rebranded Batwoman starting the 17th.
Ooh, okay.
I mean,
okay.
Well, I mean,
Arrowverse is dead. Stephen Amell is gone. Arrowverse is dead. Let's let it die. Let's let it be reborn with Stargirl.
Oh yeah,
keep it moving.
Oh yeah, I thought it was confirmed, but yeah, today there was like some kind of official announcement, I guess, that Green Arrow and the Canaries isn't going forward.
Yeah, we all knew that.
No, and to think that they ruined the end of Arrow for the potential of that spinoff.
Thank you.
That is just the rudest thing.
That's
and
what got
kind
me.
of been out.
Like you wasted an episode of an already short season of this series' final run for this,
and didn't give the characters resolution.
The penultimate episode, yeah, they left it in the air.
And even then, you contradicted yourself in the episode, which didn't make sense.
Well, Arrowverse has never been good with continuity.
Well, that's because every spin-off series from Arrow, except for maybe Legends, the pilot episode conflicts with how it was.
No, Legends conflicts as well.
I haven't watched
the original one, not the one like the actual original one, not the one that aired. It definitely really conflicted.
So I haven't seen the beginning of Legends for it, but like if you watch the episode The Scientist, or no, I'm sorry, The Three Ghosts, and then you watch the pilot of Flash, it doesn't match up.
That happens too in between because Cisco and Caitlin get introduced later on in that season too. So it's a couple of other things that happen.
Yeah, exactly. And then you watch Elseworlds with Batwoman, then watch the pilot, and the show makes no sense.
Well, Batwoman was never going to make sense. That was ham-fisted into the universe for reasons.
Well, it's like
for reasons.
And jamming Crisis into her first season too didn't help.
No, they could have made.
That
all
was
you had to do. So, all they had to do with Batwoman to make it work was do the first 8 episodes as an arc that took place before Elseworlds.
Yeah.
And then you have that it end, and then the next episode is Crisis. So if you were watching it linearly, you'd watch those 8 episodes, Elseworlds, and then Crisis, and then when it came back from Crisis, it does its second arc. And that would have made so much sense because if you watch that first season,
the WB,
it doesn't work.
Wreck over there right now. The only thing good is Stargirl. That's the only thing good in the DC universe right now. # fight me. I don't care. It's true.
Well, and then end of February, The Flash and Superman and Lois are premiering on the same night at the end.
It is.
Isn't it interesting that a Superman show can't stand on its own and needs to ride Flash's coattails? I'm just
everyone does that universe.
Lois and Clark would never have to. I'm just
I did
saying,
say, I just say,
Smallville was holding it down Thursday nights, 8 p.m. until it's like last 2 seasons when it got moved to the Friday slot because we all knew it was at the tail end.
well, I mean, you think about it, they threw in the Smallville Supernatural like it was the.
Yeah,
they
that was the
sold
block.
it,
That was your Thursday night block.
and that's why they
Supernatural
sold.
held down that spot for a while, and then Vampire Diaries. It's always your strongest show, but
And they tried to sell, they tried to sell Sunday as the girl power night of Supergirl and Batwoman, So now they're trying to be like, all right, Tyler's night of TV, Flash and Superman and Lois. And we got one night, Tyler.
For the rest of the week.
You got one night, bro.
And to be fair, Superman is not the product he was when Smallville came out.
That was my point. My whole point. They've ruined the whole point.
And it's nothing against Superman as a character. It's that, as popular.
It's everything to do with how they've ruined the brand of Superman.
Especially the Arrowverse Superman isn't,
It doesn't matter what universe you're in. If Superman was as good as he used to be as a brand, as a whole, as a consistent product, he can launch his own night. He wouldn't need to be Tailcoating Flash.
Yeah, they
Flash is in what, its 7th season?
They
where
failed.
the ratings are like a third of what it used to be.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I mean, I really want to say this, that Crisis did not do what it could have done to the universe. It should have been
scared to go for it.
And that's what they needed. They needed to hard reboot most of everything, that when it came out of Crisis, it was something new.
Yeah, but it's not comics. They're never going to do like a complete reboot. They were never going to do that because everyone.
There's too many casuals. I will tell you.
Well, if day one people would have been like,
casuals in the MCU.
I've been watching for years.
I mean, that's all I'm saying is they should have been like, hey, we're going to shake things up because stuff gets stagnant. That's the problem.
Itching to talk about his stupid comic books.
No.
I was going to say no. So yeah, Vision, WandaVision's January 15th, Batwoman's January 17th, Black Lightning February 8th.
Ooh, there we go, Black Lightning.
Last
and this
season.
I'll say, and we got dropped. This is the
like
last
9 episodes.
Last season of Black Lightning. Post Crisis. Everybody remember that great end of Crisis where they're all standing there like this is gonna be our TV Justice League. Now it's like nobody's there. You know what I'm saying? Batwoman's gone.
That's okay. Stargirl's got you covered, man.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Stargirl, amazing.
This is what I've always said. I think DC does better the more it leans into its golden age.
Hello, preaching to the choir, brother.
I think Justice Society for television properties are so much better than Justice League. And I think that, leaning into that with Stargirl is a good idea. We're going to, if we can get some Alan Scott in this, or, I know they're bringing in Jade, who's Alan Scott's daughter. And, that's a cool idea. And we're going to have that slightly off Green Lantern, and we're not going to have to deal with all of the complexities of it, but we get to still have all the fun of it.
Well, I don't know if they're finally getting that message, because did I see a post by Mr. James Cole that one of the upcoming DC animated is going to be a Justice Society?
Yeah, I got the picture. I'll share in the thread. Yeah. But the picture they shared doesn't have Alan Scott, so I'm hoping that it's actually in the film. But yeah, they're going to do a Justice.
They're trying to stay away from Alan Scott for a while.
Or unless they're sending him off to like the Green Lantern side, since we do have that Green Lantern series coming.
Yeah. Well, I think they're all a little cautious with Alan Scott because they did boldly decide to make him gay in the Earth 2 books.
Which
and
is, I mean,
the superior Earth, to be fair.
I mean, it's nothing wrong with it, but I know these companies get nervous about that kind of thing. I don't think they should. And I think what it is maybe they did that, but then later someone said, yeah, but I don't really want to do that story because he actually does have a girlfriend, and there is this backstory that we can also explore.
Yeah, there's
Justice
Society, yeah.
And it becomes that question. Okay,
what Wonder Woman should have been? Cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're gonna
also, can we please get Matt Bomber as the voice of Superman? Like, can we just at least give him Matt? Since you won't cast him in live action, he's too old now. But like, He would have been the perfect Superman, but y'all.
It just depends on what Superman you do. But yeah, he would have been. I mean,
oh, didn't they say he's doing a voice in that Justice Society?
Yeah, he's the Flash. He's been the Flash. Was he the Flash in another? He's done another animated for DC. I can't remember.
But was he the Flash or was he?
I don't think
no, he was Superman.
I was gonna say I thought he was.
Yeah.
He was Superman. Superman Unbound, which is a great one because that's one we watch a lot
That's a
because
sleeper hit, really. You don't really hear people talk about that one.
they don't. But like Sailor loves it because it has Supergirl in it.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just gonna throw this out there: they need to do an animated movie that has Superboy and Supergirl in it because every time we watch something. Like Solomon's like, is Superboy in this? Nah, buddy. We watch Young Justice. Sailor's like, is Supergirl in this? Nah, baby. I can't make them happy. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Like, I can't make them happy.
Well, I mean, canonically, Superboy and Supergirl are never in the same place at the same time. Boy, that sounds weird.
Yeah, they are.
Really? Where?
In the comics?
They are.
I got boxes over there, Charlie.
Superboy and Supergirl?
Connor Kent.
Yeah,
oh, that's
Connor.
Superboy.
Yeah.
Oh,
we don't
okay.
talk about the other Superboy.
Yeah,
Even
I thought
Jonathan.
you were talking about like young Clark Kent.
I hate young Clark Kent Superboy.
Oh,
That's not controversial.
Okay.
It's not.
I've talked
Unless
about
it's
that
Smallville,
before.
He's boring. I totally agree, Tyler.
Because to me, it robs him of his story. I hate the idea that he goes in the future with the Legion as a boy and comes back. Like, it's not my favorite. I like the idea that he has to grow up and then become Superman because the idea, I mean, I know that the whole Lex and Clark friendship started in the Superboys comics and Smallville. I get that. But I'm just not a fan of Clark as a child, as a boy, putting on the full suit and doing everything and being Superboy. Then one day, you know what? I'm a man now. You now call me Superman. It's not my thing.
No, I get that.
done
I
ranting.
totally understand. But I was just confused because I forget there are like 3 other Superboys, including my favorite, the clone Superboy.
Speaking of Superboy, real quick,
tactile telekinesis.
I'm behind on everything, on podcasts and everything, and life in general. Did anybody read Secret Origins Death Metal, where it's all about Superboy Prime?
yes, I did. Or they trying to like redeem him after going on murderous sprees the last couple of years.
It was very interesting. I was very meta. I was very surprised by. I liked the concept, but I would have liked more fleshed out of that story.
So that's the whole Metal universe, right?
He basically wants to get back to Earth Prime to be with his Lana.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you ever notice that? Is it just me or does DC have a lot of characters that are good and turn evil?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this was the one he's talking about. They were trying to like twist him back good because they've just been using him as a plot device for evil for years.
Hashtag Wally West, Justice for Wally West.
Yes. Although
Yeah.
supposedly after Future State, they're going to be doing redeeming him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all going to be whatever.
Heroes in Crisis. They really.
Like, I mean,
Wally.
after this whole like DC Omniverse is going to be what like that's how I feel. Like
it's just laziness. It's like I don't want to know what continuity. I can write whatever continuity I want. If anyone complains, you'll be like, oh no, it's whatever continuity I want.
The movie's literally just cop to like, yeah, that's on Earth 1, this is on Earth 2, blah blah blah. I'm just like, I don't think that means what you think it means, but okay.
Yeah. Well,
So that's what I'm saying. You could get like a different Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman in like Justice League than you're getting in their own books, and it's gonna be messy.
Yeah, it is because it I think in some ways it's going to rob the characters of being themselves because you have no consistency of who the character is because they're going to do different things or introduce different elements, and then next thing you know, like people are going to be like, "Well, Superman did this." No, he didn't. Yeah, he did. He didn't this. Well, that doesn't count. Yeah, it does. And then you have that.
Counts, so nothing matters. Welcome to the DC comic books universe.
Well, I'm sure no one did, but did anyone read Generation Shattered #1?
I did, and I got that same cover because I'm a sucker for Brahimo art. If there's a Brahimo cover, I'm buying it because I love his artwork.
All right, well, Charlie, this is the one Sinestro's in. Remember the one it's a team with Sinestro, but it is a $10 book.
Yeah, so I would not buy that.
Yeah, it was definitely a book that I wouldn't say I regret buying, but yeah, I regret buying.
Well, it's continued too because there's another one. Oh, there's
So in this story, this is the one where Sinestro, he is a Green Lantern again.
well, yeah, it's like time travel. Like the old Booster Gold's like building a team of different heroes from like different eras and continuities and stuff. So yeah, it's like back when Sinestro was a Green Lantern. Yeah.
Oh, so he just gets Law and Order Green Lantern. Gets fascist Green Lantern to be on his team. So that's not going to be controversial.
I gotta go take care of them and get them ready for bed. So
okay.
I got a piece.
Okay.
Thanks, Tyler.
Bye, everybody. See you guys next week.
Bye,
or
guys.
when the future comes. No.
But I mean, the whole
Future
thing
comes regardless.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like Crisis, Lilith, where like there's just like a big white wave, like obliterating timelines and stuff. So he just has to grab who he can in a hurry. Well, old Booster gets like injured, and then it's up to Commandy to start pulling.
Commandy? Really?
Yeah.
They're digging deep at least.
People love Commandy for some reason.
He gets old Booster's like time travel glove, which is Skeets just in a glove.
Wait, what?
Skeets in a glove.
Got him.
What?
That is what they named the character, and
you'll hear it.
Yes, no, we all heard it. We all heard it, Lilith. It's the only way you can name the character is he has an unfortunate name.
Oh, Lilith, ciao. But
it's
yeah,
like no one realized that when they named Uranus. It's like this will never be a problem.
They? Scientists are cheeky little buggers.
You can put multiple Earths in Uranus. I know that. But yeah, I mean, they pulled Doctor like pre-Crisis. The female Doctor Light. Like, I'm assuming this is like right before Crisis or during Crisis.
Phil, do you really care? Be honest.
I mean, I was willing to give it a chance.
Didn't Captain America do this story like 8 years ago?
Listen, they're in a constant flux of rebooting. So since literally Crisis on Infinite Earths, it's been 0 Hour. Then we had this. Then we had that. Then we had New 52. Then we had Don't Call It a Reboot. Freaking Rebirth. Like nothing matters. Congratulations.
Hey, but guess who's behind the whole time thing, Lilith?
Oh God, who?
Dr. Manhattan.
No, Dominus, who like was in a Superman story, like one Superman story in the late 90s. Yes.
Somebody really wanted their shekel.
Well, it's Dan Jurgens is one of the writers on this. He was writing Superman back.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I understand now. Enough said.
Enough said. Okay, Robert.
As much as I love Dan, I do, but yeah. Enough said about that one.
But I mean, yeah, there's so much that was out. Dark Knight's heavy or death metal number 7 was out this
I
week.
saw a lot of buzz about that. I only picked up like 2 books this week.
Yeah.
None of them were Future.
Whoa,
None of them were Marvel.
Well, let's talk our indie books. Who got their indie book this week?
I did not get any indie books. They're not, kids.
I got an indie book last week. Actually, I got 2 indie books last week. I only just got the chance to read one of them this week, which is Vampire: The Masquerade, Winter's Teeth, issue 5, which does a really great job of. And I get annoyed because for whatever reason this never got on my pull list, so I always got every other issue. So I keep on missing a lot of plot, but I can always pick it up. But basically, if you like Vampire as a game and you get really into the politics and the backstabbing of it, this ends really well because it does end up with the evil prince realizing that the person he was trying to frame was actually trying to backstab him the whole time, and the anarch who is in the Camarilla in this sort of works out a deal with him where he gets to be the new prince, and it's fun, and it ends up with, you realize that her companion was actually the daughter of a hunter who believed that embracing vampire powers was the way to destroy all vampires, which is kind of cool. So it's your big reveal. Sorry, spoilers for it. And it does say it's going to continue. So we'll see if we get another vampire story. I'm hoping they can introduce werewolves to this universe because I love the werewolf lore. But yeah, so Vampire the Masquerade, Winter's Teeth, issue 5. My indie book this week. I recommend it. It came out a couple weeks ago, but you should pick it up if you can.
And Lilith.
Let's see. Who do I want to talk about? So Dead Dudes #1 is basically like Ghostbusters, but on steroids. It's
okay.
Oni Press. And
So it has a bunch of acne and its testicles shrink?
Maybe in the future, but yeah. It's just like, yeah, it's cranked up all the way to 11. They really lean into the parody and the tropes of it. I thought it was a really good first issue. And it has its own little part of its own lore and stuff. Definitely a lot of world building to come, but I thought the art was pretty good. And the story was just really funny. And you know, it's 2020 and 2021, you need a laugh. So that's why I'm going to recommend it. Dead Dudes #1. Who else did I grab? Oh, I grabbed Scout Comics' Ninja Nuns, Bad Habits Die Hard #1, because I am a fan of, what was it? Is that show Warrior Nun on Netflix? So I was like, oh
yeah, I gotta watch that.
Yeah, it's fun vibe. So yeah, it kind of was like, that's why I like kind of just picked it up, and like the art is very frenetic, and I liked it a lot. Like it was really good art. The story. It's a punch 'em up. It's fun and it moves fast.
Did you say Ninja Nun's old habits die hard?
Yeah, literally. So they're leaning into their puns as well. And Scout Comics has been killing it, really. So anytime if you see a Scout comic #1, you should really get on the ground floor. They don't last very long. I think they have like an 8-issue max limit or something like that. So, but yeah, if you were into that show over on Netflix, I think this might be the book for you. Yeah, that's pretty much all that I got this week because everything was future stated DC. So
yeah,
besides Sensational Wonder Woman #1, I guess, but kind of sort of still future.
I thought you weren't buying DC books anymore.
I'm not. That's the point.
Oh, okay. I see. So you
and there was nothing good on the Marvel side this week. So
okay.
I mean, for me personally.
Okay.
Well, okay.
It's like an opinion, man.
That's fine. That's I'm just surprised Archie didn't do anything interesting this week.
Yeah, I mean, Archie's kind of on a hiatus right now. I don't know if you got that memo, but yeah, they've been kind of on a hiatus.
I want to know what my red circle is, man. I want my Mighty Crusaders. I know, but they've been
working on. Actually,
they're teasing me. I don't like it.
Well, I think
I need my fly.
Be done this year. Honestly, quiet as it's kept, because Sabrina got its season 4 on Netflix. Katie Keene's done. I just think the Riverdale universe is slowly dying, and so they're having to restructure because a lot of their books have been based on those TV shows specifically.
Yeah.
And some of their best-selling stuff. So now they have to get back into that actual new Archie that they rebooted back in 2015. So, and plus they want to do the Red Circle comics and stuff like that and other properties. So they have to diversify. So it's a thing. It's a thing right now for Archie.
I need my shield, man.
Don't my first. They always do.
My first superhero action figures. I love those guys.
They'd be worth quite a bit of money, buddy.
Really? Oh wow, that's impressive to know. But yeah, no, I love those guys. I had all of them, man. I had this. I didn't even know who the characters were, but they're superheroes, and they're like new superheroes I never heard of, and I thought that was so cool. Because it was like, oh wow, it's like a whole great bunch of superheroes, and I didn't even know they were associated with Archie at the time. So yeah, I love those guys.
And I think that's kind of like their secret back door, if you will, too. It's like, okay, so you don't like slice of life, teenage fun kind of thing. Here, we have this too.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for it, man. I want to get the Brain Emperor back, or the Mind Emperor.
Hey, tweet at them; they might answer you. Their social media is pretty active.
But my social media is not very active. That's the problem.
Just remember to do it after DuckTales, buddy.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Did I miss a Monday again? I missed a Monday again.
Today's Friday.
Didn't we all?
Yeah, that's Friday. Well, they haven't done new episodes.
We couldn't even get 1 week, guys. We couldn't get 1 week in 2021. So what did you boys have over on the Marvel side?
Charlie, I don't think you read it probably, but did you Eternals #1?
No, I did not get to Eternals #1 yet. But tell me about Eternals #1.
Well, like I said, I think they're kind of going the X-Men route because I don't know if they were all killed in the last series. I didn't read the last series, but they showed Icarus, coming out of a, like a resurrection machine. I guess they all resurrect. And again, I think they're resetting them to look more like what the MCU version is going to look like, because they're all like, oh, we can, when we come back, we can be whatever we want, because like, what is it, Sprite, who I don't know if it's like their Loki character, is now a woman, and I guess used to be a guy. And
as you do.
And just like some of the, I think, was it a cover or something for next issue? Looks like, I mean, Makara used to be a white guy, and now, there's a black woman playing her in the movie. So I think that's the way they're, so.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Is Eternals the one with Aquafina?
Maybe.
She's in, yeah, okay.
Not you mentioned.
I forget what Disney/Marvel movie she might be in. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. Isn't she like a supporting character? Or
yeah.
Well, Eternals is a big cast. Do they have Gilgamesh in it? Because I understand Gilgamesh is in the movies, and he's the forgotten one, man. I don't like him taking the name Gilgamesh. It's always bugged me. Because he went.
Go ahead.
Well, no, it's just always been a thing for me, because he puts on the big cow armor, and I didn't like the cow armor.
Oh no, Aquafina is going to be in Shang-Chi.
Thank you. Okay. That's the one.
That's a good one. But yeah, when it comes to the Eternals, I know that there's, like, in the movie, Gilgamesh is in it, and they call him Gilgamesh, which, in and of itself is not problematic. I just never liked the cow armor, and I liked him better when he was the forgotten one.
Yeah.
When he was the Eternal that got left behind.
I mean, the art was good, but this was very much a setup issue. It's like, oh, hey, we're back. Hey, we can be, we can look different, or look like the movie now. Again, I swear that's their plan for the X-Men. They're keeping the X-Men in a holding pattern until they see what they look like in the MCU. Meanwhile, we're getting that X-Men Legends book, Lilith.
Yeah,
like set in past continuity. I was like,
I'm done.
The present not working for you.
Yeah, I mean.
And they've ruined everything I love, so I don't care anymore. Everything I love is in ruins, Philip.
Although, I gotta say this, it's a very interesting idea if you think about it, that all of the mutant supervillains are now on Krakoa, meaning that they're not causing problems in the regular world. And it's like, that's actually almost ingenious. It's like if I were let's say I didn't want mutants in my society. The idea of putting all the mutants on an island.
They tell them to go back to Africa. We get it.
Yeah. Well, it solves that, mutant supervillain problem pretty easily.
Yeah, now, the fact that villains because they were misunderstood.
And I know you can have
so now they're
Mr. Sinister's a villain.
And I know you can have squabbles and stuff. Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. Part of, like, sometimes I get bored because they're all on the same side now.
It's weird.
That's why you read Marauders, for the piracy and the hijinks. Okay, it's the best X book that nobody's reading, and if it gets canceled, I'm gonna hunt every last one of you guys down that didn't buy it.
Pirates, arg.
But no, I mean, like I said, good art in Eternals, but I really rolled my eyes on the last page.
Why? What's the last page?
Because guess who shows up? You'll never guess. Cosmic Threat.
Oh, Galactus?
No.
Celestial Final Host?
No. No. Thanos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's in a couple.
Yeah, I mean, it's just cousin Thanos is back.
Over Thanos. Thanos is like so.
Yeah, I guess from my perspective, it's just like, oh, cousin Thanos is back. Oh, hi, cousin Thanos.
Well, yeah, because they all
trying to destroy the universe. Yeah,
I would have succeeded if it wasn't for those darn kids.
But it's very much like, oh, hey guys, stick around because Thanos is on the last page, and then in the middle of the book, Icarus runs into Iron Man, and it's like, oh hey, all right,
Hey, look, it's a spider book.
It's
Yes.
like, oh hey, you guys are back. Oh.
Is Star Fox in
See
it?
Thor running in the background too.
Not yet, but like I say, you didn't get everybody yet, so
No, they're going to turn Star Fox evil, and he's going to be hanging out with Thanos because they're brothers.
well, they kind of did that. What was that Guardians of the Galaxy? Like Thanos was dead, but he was like hiding out in Star Fox's body for a while or something.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like I don't like if you're an Eternal and Thanos shows up. I don't see that as particularly like, oh my gosh, it's Thanos. It's like, oh, it's like if you're Wolverine and you run into, any other mutant. It's like, oh, hi, Black Tom Cassidy. Do we have to beat you up again, or are we just going to have dinner? Is this going to be a nice Thanksgiving, or do we have to kill you again?
I mean, I'm not the most well versed on Eternals, but I was always like, oh, Eternals because they have like an extraordinary long lifespan. But now I guess they just like, they die and they get like reborn. And
well, I think that they just can. I think prior to this, it's like, yeah, we haven't had to use the regeneration chambers in 8,000 years, but yeah, good to know we have them. It's just a nice backup to have. We don't technically usually die ever. But, someone's going to try. And we got the button. It's,
And we get pages like this. Does this remind anyone of a certain comic?
Is this,
I'm telling you, they're going X-Men with this.
I know, but is this written by the guy that does the X-Men, or?
No, it's Kieron Gillian.
Okay. Oh, Gillian. Okay. Yeah.
I said it's not like a bad issue. It's just like a lot of setup, though.
Of course. Yeah. Come on. We haven't seen them in how many years?
Yeah, but I mean, if you like current X-Men, I think you'll like this.
Who likes current X-Men? Raise your hand.
I'm sure there's somebody. There's somebody going to see.
I mean, I don't hate the current X-Men.
Kids who don't know, kids who never.
If you're on YouTube, leave a comment.
The kids who never read Claremont.
No, I mean, the X-Men are the X-Men. It's like this. I was never that into the X-Men, so like their current iteration, I'm like, oh, that's an interesting thing to do. Okay, I can see that. But it's not like it's overwhelming me with, That's the good thing when you're not really that committed to the. If it's not a part of your childhood, you don't get hit in the childhood. Oh, my childhood! Right in the childhood. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, they're doing something. They made a choice there. That's an idea to do, and I do not like Professor X wearing the cerebral helmet all the time because it makes him look. It makes you think clearly this man is mind controlled. It's like clearly something is wrong. That's the only thing that I can say about it. Is like you look at it, it's like clearly something is wrong here. This is not right that you have to walk around with a big helmet on your head.
He's always been a creeper. I mean, as much as I don't want to.
I know he's always been a creeper. Then that's fine.
I'll give a shout out to CBR.
Nobody's help Brian.
I mean, there's articles lately on there where it's just like, oh, look at this time Professor X was inappropriate with a teenage girl, and
I mean,
been there, done that. You're late, Brian.
Mutants, it's like.
Well, look, I mean, the man has mind control powers. It's a supervillain power. I get that, but is it like, oh, now he's embracing his supervillainy? I don't know. There's a quality to it that's a little disconcerting. Let's put it that way. It seems very weird and not what I'm used to. That doesn't mean it's a bad story. It doesn't mean that they can't do really interesting things, and maybe they are. It's like, no, we're setting up we're building this very complex mythology, and I guess that's cool. Okay, because it's not like the X-Men ever had a complex mythology prior to this.
It's not like that complex mythology is actually complex as we thought it was, but okay.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. At least they're not traveling in time, as far as I know.
Not yet.
So,
not again.
Yeah, although I guess technically the entire premise of this was that Moira McTaggart her mutant power is mutant time travel, but just within her own Sam Bakula life.
And where's she at? They used her to do all this stuff, and then she disappeared.
Like every woman in any comic book story, she's in a refrigerator somewhere.
Oh,
But then she just comes back, you know? No, actually, I think the whole thing is I think the idea was she realized it doesn't work, you know?
Well, no, she helped them set this whole thing up, and then it's like, oh, well I was going to say she's not a mutant, but yeah, she is now. So, yeah, so where the hell is she?
Maybe she
She's
said,
done her
you know what?
job. She's in the kitchen making sandwiches. It's fine.
Oh,
Well, no, there's an argument to be made that, okay, I've exhausted all of my knowledge of this timeline, so y'all is on your own, because I now know exactly nothing, and I have no power at this point. You know, it's like at this point, since we're off my original timeline, I have no idea where it goes next, so do not ask my advice on anything, because that would be stupid, because I don't have magic future powers anymore. I will when I die, and I'll go back to that other time, but, you know, aside from that, you guys are boned.
I do want to leave something for super connectivity for you boys. So.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah, please. I didn't even talk Juggernaut, or
I did read Juggernaut. So.
Harley Quinn,
Iron Man,
Thor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're good.
First Republic.
I didn't read that, but I did read Juggernaut and MODOK. So
I can still talk about it. Oh yeah, and MODOK, man, I'm loving MODOK.
Well, yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, well, you know, you got that splash page at the end.
Oh, I knew that was going to catch your eye.
Of course.
Gwenpool shows up in a MODOK book at the end, so yeah, of course, you know Charlie was going to be all about it.
What, she was in the last one
His
too?
Gwenpool powers were tingling.
Look, they may have made her a mutant, which they lined into there because they actually show her on Krakoa.
Ting, ting, ting-a-lid, ting, ting, ting-a-lid.
Anyway, Lilith wants to go to bed and feed her dogs, so shall we wrap it up and save stuff for super connectivity?
Yes, sir. All right, everyone. You heard a lot. Heard nothing. You heard a lot. Let us know.
Heard a lot of nothing today.
That's right. Let us know what
Classy Capes, baby. We're back.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
2021.
So, let us what you know. Let us know what you think about WandaVision. Hey, next week we're gonna be talking a lot of Vision and Scarlet Witch. So send your thoughts on that. CW shows, Eternals, or do you like the current X-Men? Email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We have various Facebook fan groups. We have this YouTube channel. You can now see Lilith Hellfire. So
for a limited time only, guys. I'm gonna need some more numbers. I'm gonna need some more likes.
That's right. So
people,
we don't want her to close that screen. So hey, go to the YouTube channel and smash that subscribe button.
Smash it.
She did her hair for you people. Reward that.
I put on a bra for you people. So come on.
I don't even do that.
I was going to say, how are we going to get clicks that way? Anyway, so yes, find links to everything all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember, support our sponsors, Tweaked Audio.
Get yourself some headphone, kids.
Oh, yeah.
We made our
Don't spend $550 on AirPod Maxes. Get yourself some Tweaked Audio.
See, we may sound like we're a rambling mess, but if you had Tweaked Audio headphones, you would know exactly what we're talking about.
And you can use the coupon code Southgate at checkout to get a discount, which is nice.
You know where else you can use that code?
Where, Lilith?
I think we should help Michelle Gray hunt some killers.
Yay, hunt the killers at huntakiller.com. It's like getting an escape room delivered to your house, which is pretty cool.
And you know, P.S. We are still supposed to be technically staying in our houses.
Yeah, people.
Technically.
Supposed to be in your house, people. Quick leaving your house. That's why we can't get out of our house, because you won't because you keep leaving your house and coughing on people, and that's the problem.
Tapping my way downtown.
That's okay. I built my own bar, so I don't even care what you people do anymore.
Oh man. Her bar, her IV right into the vein. Anyway, yes. And also, for those of you who'd like to read, pick up
learn it, types.
and you want to learn about podcasting, pick up Pod Life, the book, Volume 1, now in digital and paperback. Learn the ins and outs of podcasting from the experts and
Rob Southgate.
Thank you. And you can pick that up on Amazon. And when you do get that and anything on Amazon, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the network, and
of course, that madman himself.
that madman who's always sleeping in some kind of machine. Rob, a Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain.
So
says Master Doom.
What?
Please tell him to mark his business.
Oh, please.
Why did your eye drift over to my box?
Lilith.
If you nerds want to hang out with me on the interwebs for 2021 and hear some salty opinions, please feel free to follow me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire. For cute dog pictures and smoothie recipes, Lilith Hellfire 86. And for the memes, at Lilith Hellfire 69, both on Instagram and the TikTok.
Pull yourself up and slip into it.
The social media.
Whoa, what does... Okay. I thought I heard her swear. I don't know.
No, oil yourself up and slip into it. No, she didn't swear.
You know, like a real player.
Anyway, hey, if you'd like to write to me in an old-fashioned email way, where mothers and fathers once did, you can do so at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. Of course, follow me on the Twitter as I live tweet DuckTales, woohoo, when new episodes come back, probably soon, I hope, at Charlie. That's CHARIE. Yes, that's CR. Look for the two E's in the middle.
For quality.
Bing!
Thank you, Mods.
Oh, yeah, from last time, yes. I love making Ramaz laugh because he don't give me no fake laugh. That's a genuine laugh when he gets to laugh.
Full of joy.
All right, everyone. Send us your thoughts on all things Vision and Scarlet Witch next week for the WandaVision themed episode. Comics, MCU, anything. But until then, we have been your capes.
Ampersand.
Lunatics.
Finally, up to 191. Remember, 200's coming up. What you read this?
A live read of softcore fanfic porn? What?
Patreon? What? As always, Joel ends it with